Franny Case 10 Math Scientist, The Invisible Friend. Chapter 1 Franny's House. The Steen family lived in the pretty pink house with lovely purple shutters down at the end of the Defender Street. Everything about the house was bright and chilling. Everything that is expect the upstairs bedroom with the tiny round window. The window looked on the bedroom. Yes, but it was also a window into a laboratory, Franny's laboratory, and Franny's laboratory was spectacular. She had all of the things that you would expect any math scientist to have. She had an electron microscope. She had a miracle-held brain of Taylor. She had a giant flesh-eating koala. And she also had a few special things that made Franny feel that her lab is just a bit better than a rabbit's. Franny noticed that any other math scientist had a spider arranger and distance simulator. I bet no more than half of them have an eyebrow removing machines, she said, thinking how far she was that she could put her own eyes out. But even if they didn't have an eyebrow, removing machines are the brain and feature or spider ingers. Franny thinks that her friends, if given the chance, would love nothing more than to set off the lights on their own and love themselves the pursuits of the math scientists. It was for this very reason that her teacher's next agreements implored Franny to help her classmates to see the light. Chapter 2 Hobby Day. Mrs. Shirley stood in the front of the class. We are going to talk about hobbies. Tomorrow, I'd like to each of you to bring something that responds to your hobby or interest. Surely, thought Franny, many of them don't even have hobbies or interests, and even if they do, they're probably all kinds of door hobbies that hardly ever explored to eat the neighbor's car. Franny raised her hand. Mrs. Shirley instantly had a hobby that doesn't involve machines, a nice of electric or shooting things that were born in with wings. Will they still allowed to purchase play? Mrs. Shirley was amused to the sort of questions to Franny. Yes, Franny, everybody will get to talk about their hobbies, Mrs. Shirley said. Mrs. Shirley was always fair, but it seemed like a waste of time to Franny. She was absolutely certain that after a little exposure to math scientists, the kids wouldn't drop their other interests like hot potatoes, not hot, relatives, poison potatoes. Chapter 3. Back at the lab, Franny thought about what her pronunciation would be. Fortunately, Franny had an assistant to help her with things like this. It was the Franny's dog and laughed assistant. He wasn't pure laughed. He was also Pat Potter, but children, Pat Burns, Pat Shaw, Pat Shepherd, and part of some kind of lizard thing that wasn't exactly a dog. Franny had told Enola about Mrs. Shirley's assignment, and he was doing his best to make suggestions. He reminded her of the same time she bought the green grown to life day, and they has to stay lag in the bedroom until the police came. Enola thought the kids would like that. I don't want to take in the garden grounds, she said. She remembered her of the time she immersed the vacuum cleaner's powder and had stuck her little brother inside that. Mom made me promise never to do that again, she said. He reminded her of the time she had immersed the Himalayan hot dog that actually ate itself. That was pretty good, Franny said, but there's a kid in my class that always smells like hot dogs, and I don't want that thing going after him. Besides, it's needed to be something that everybody can relate to. Franny walked over and looked at the dozens of the devices she had literally invented. Like this, Inger, she speak of her fungus turns. You know, deep down inside, all the kids All the kids went to calculating with joyful fingers, but they've never been able to. Where with this device, their family came. She put in her backpack. All the kids really love talking to fingers. I mean, come on. Deep down inside, we are all math scientists, right? Chapter 4. Oh no, we are not. Mrs. Shelley looked around the room. Everybody was ready to talk about their hobbies. She pointed at Ellen. Ellen, would you like to go first? Ellen jumped to her feet and stared at the tape player. As the music began, she pronounced her classic foot stopping as she danced. The students clapped. Franny raised her hand. So Ellen, what of these shoes of yours? Have you ever conducted spelling in the sample of the missing kangaroo DNA? It might make you bounce around in an even more encouraging manner. Ellen looked at Franny for a moment. My dancing is just fine, thank you, she said, and she took her step. Next, Mrs. Shelley invited Lawson to the front of the desk. He pulled at the accordion from the big black case and played for a minute or two before Franny laid her hand. Oh, now this was much better. I'm understanding that you could operate the keys in different ways to insert and decrease in amount of pain we are especially over our earrings. My question is for you is this. Have you ever thought of making a larger button that you could arch to satellite and use it to broadcast the effect of a large area? Ron put the instruments back in the case. It's just an accordion, Franny, he said. I've been playing it since I was a little kid. Next up, which was Phil. Mrs. Shelley had a large book from open him where he pointed out the various prize stamps in his collection. This stamp is from England, she said, and this stamp is from Japan. Franny raised her hands. I don't suppose you considered aligning these stamps so that they explode like when people lick them. Have you? Pierre shook his head. No. Or doing something like a transforming a protocarrier into a... Oh, I don't know whether a 9-foot turns the crescent when you man who spears from his treasure and can fly. For instance, Mrs. Shelley closed her book. Franny, Pierre prefers regular non-exploding, non-forming putty stamps. Hold on, Franny said. Just hold on 1 second. She walked in the front of the class. Do you mean to tell me what has none of you this little bit interests me being a math scientist? Franny tosses her cookies. Earl got pantry and we listened to Franny. Not once, she said, dropping her total fun guns turned nearly on the floor. In my whole class, not one other kid had been even thought about conducting an experiment. That's a yes. Collecting, yes. Ashes, yes, but math scientists, no. Franny continued her rant as she cracked the progress at her Venus experiments. One kid had a trillium with the trillium, but get this, he doesn't do any experiments with this. It wasn't crazy about cinema, and since the first time Franny joined Chalmers and had tried to swallow him, but he shook his head and tried to appear through. He agreed with Franny. I asked Mrs. Shelley if I could put off doing my presents with tomorrow. After Billy shared his hobby, which is making pretty cookies, my heart just went in it. Pretty cookie. I mean, seriously, that has to be the dumbest hobby at all. Imagine doing all that measuring and mixing and waiting just for the pretty cookies. Look, he even brought some it in for everyone. Franny tossed to her pretty cookie in the air and zinged the that way through them. These kids are so amazing, They don't know they were missing. The interiors are absolutely useless. Maybe nobody has ever really showed them why math scientist is really the only hobby in Earth. Franny soft and grinned boldly. That's it, Let's look to me show them where they went wrong. I can show them what they should be interested in, and I can see it's going to take more than a total fungus term segment. Chapter 6. You must be nuts and bolts. Franny consists of the book from the library called Maternal Friends and Hundreds Laws for Children. Immediately, Franny creates things that way like them, but a quick glance as please always gets hung rolling. She worked most of the night, and with inner heart, she had a symptom that Santa was being kissed around her of the way thinking. Chapter 7. Where are you looking at my lover that way? Franny sat at her desk, grinning. She couldn't wait to get her present. Franny, Mrs. Shelley said, would you please come out here and show the class what you brought in? Franny walked carefully to the front of the class. She knew what the kids would take one look at the Lovett and Robinson, their ridiculous hobbies. She removed her shit that had been dumped over her cushion. The kids gasped. It was a robot. A few lights pushed slowly on its chest, and they could hear a soft hum coming from inside it. Its tiny scared eyes seemed to blink. Why does it have two heads? One boy asked. 2 heads are better than one, Franny said. When in competence, those 2 heads will make it twice as smart as the next smartest robot. Twice as useful, twice as complete. Franny held off the robot's bruises for the kids to see. Mrs. Shelley said, Franny, did you say that if it wasn't complete yet? That's right, Mrs. Shelley. It's not complete. I'm going to need other math scientists to help me. Other math scientists from the class. Perhaps, are there any volunteers? Billy raised his hand. Franny was smoked. The first of many volunteers. She thought, yes, she said. Would you like to help? I would, Billy said. After you finish it, I can teach you to bake pretty cookies. Chapter 8. On the gizzard of the lizard. Enoch just hated to see Franny disappear. He got his best to cheer her up. He joined spiders. He dressed up like her mom. He even thought about littering a giant chameleon swallow him a little bit, since that always made Franny laugh. All Franny could talk about her friends at school. No volunteers, They all want to stick with all their personal like little hobby. They didn't get it. They don't get it at all. They don't understand the thrill of an idea popping into your head out of nowhere, and then diving right and making your idea just happen. If only they could explain that, Franny said. Just then, the giant chameleon appeared, as if out of nowhere, wrapped in air and swallow him. Even though she was disappeared, Franny laughed a little bit and shook the chameleon until the inner fell out of his mouth. It's hard not to laugh when the laughter is your best friend. You have to be more careful, Franny said. Hid behind Franny. You know the giant chameleon can confront himself. It's practically like he's invisible. Franny eyes narrowed a family grin stretched across her big flat face. Invisible, said Franny, and she nodded slowly. That's it, invisible. Chapter 9. Let me make him much clear. The next morning, Franny climbed her childhood motorcycle with the chameleon DNA and some disappearing ink. She landed the familiar into the at first, which is like a microscope, but it's designed to make things harder to see. She poured the vanilla into a very clean glass. She gulped it down and leaned to the mirror to see if it worked. She liked what she saw, or rather, she liked what she didn't see, which was herself. The formula had worked. She was invisible, and it was time for school. The end.